Hello YouTubers, James here. Thought I'd like to contribute a small film just to report my adventures in my recent trip to Prague, a beautiful city that I've been advised was well worth a visit, and indeed I have to say I'm not particularly well travelled. This was my very first trip abroad, so I think we chose very wisely, and with the guidance of some friends that we went along with, we had a splendid time, and I think possibly one of the best city breaks you could possibly have. Didn't have a great deal of time to take video footage, got quite a few pictures, but one thing that maybe some of you know, some of you don't, is that there are a lot of outlets in Prague centre and in the vicinity. There are a lot of shops and tobacconists, and especially cigar shops, and they're often combined with places that sell alcohol, tobaccos, pipes, cigars, cigarettes, and they are very numerous, and I was able to visit just a few, and I shall show you in due course what I managed to come back with. I will add, we've stayed at the most splendid hotel, very good service. It was the Rococo Hotel, which is in the part of the Rococo Palace, which is just off of the Wenceslas Square, which is right in the centre of Prague. So it was very useful for you know, exploration on foot, and right in the sort of you know, a good spot for good restaurants. I mean, the architecture goes without saying, it's just fabulous, and the precincts that there are, you go in expecting just to find a shop or two, but then you find these beautiful, beautifully sort of ornate interiors, and roof lights and statues and lots of marble work, and anyway, I digress. So I visited maybe 2 or 3 shops, fairly close vicinity to the centre. Now I was fairly sort of, I wasn't really rushed, but I had other things to do, I had people with me, so I managed to go into a couple. One was called the Special Tobacco and Alcohol Shop, and as its name suggests, it did stock both of those things, a very good range, and they had a nice selection of pipes and tobacco, cigars, and they just had the sort of, not the biggest collection of pipes, but a nice selection. They had this. They had some Petersons, they had some Stanwells, they had some Savinellis, and things like that. And I think I found in all the shops there was a range of pipes which are Italian, a bit of a cheaper pipe. I wasn't really in the market for anything too expensive, and yeah, I think it was an Angelo is the brand, an Italian pipe, as I say, and so I will reveal that to you now. It came in a nice little sock, and it's a very basic pipe, and it is this pipe here. So very basic pipe, but very reasonable, and I like this dark. It's a very dark finish on it. There is some grain in the bowl, but it is a very dark stain, so it is almost, it's like a very dark brown. But I like the contrast between this lighter section here and the rest of the pipe, and it's fairly light, nice sturdy mouthpiece, so very basic. So that's that. Quite pleased with that. But the main thing was over in Prague, the Czech currency is quite a good deal. You know, things are generally quite a bit cheaper than in the UK, and I wasn't really in the market for spending a great deal, but I thought I would treat myself to a few tobaccos that in this country would be a bit more expensive. So some things that, believe it or not, I haven't tried yet. I was able to pick up very reasonably some Dunhill early morning pipe, which I haven't tried and will look forward to doing. I had also picked up some nightcap, which I wanted to try. I know it's popular and it's a bit of a cliche, and a lot of people like it, but I've tended to resist the temptation just to get some anyway. But I thought on this occasion I would, as it was a good price, I would get myself some and try it. So that, and I picked up a blend which I think is, well, I can't really see a maker on it anywhere, but this is, well, actually it's a Stanislaw, I think it says. This is Pilot blend. Don't know if anybody's had this. Not entirely sure what it is. It could possibly be a I can't remember it now. Anyway, a bit of a mystery blend, but I will try it out, and you know. So that's that. That's the pipe tobaccos. I found also I quite fancied trying, because there's I would say a much more sort of regular smoking culture in the city there, and in fact you can smoke in a lot of the restaurants and cafes, and you know, it's actually quite pleasant actually to be able to enjoy a nice cup of coffee and a cigar. In fact, although I don't smoke many cigars, I treated myself to just some cigarillos, and I found I quite like a vanilla light cigar, and I found some little Handel's Gold cigarillos for a very small price, and they're nothing particularly complex or special, but tasty, especially with a cup of coffee. So I picked some of those up. and I thought I would treat myself whilst I was buying my pipe. I treated myself to a Romeo and Julieta Churchill, which is a fairly good ring gauge for me anyway, as I'm not generally a cigar smoker. But it's a wide Churchill Havana from Cuba, and I shall no doubt be enjoying that. So I was quite pleased that was a good price as well. So whilst we were cruising around, there was quite a few sort of markets, many of them selling similar stuff, sort of touristy thing, but I did manage to find a nice leather bound cigar lighter, which has, I can't see at the moment, quite a nice adjustable flame, and nice little sort of engraved cityscape on there, again for a fairly small price. Fairly good quality actually, surprisingly. So there we have it, my little haul from Prague. I was quite, as I say, there's generally speaking quite a bit more of a smoking culture, especially socially, in and around the city, and it seems to be slightly more sort of socially acceptable, and it kind of took me back to the days of you know, places having different areas for, you know, a smoking area and a non-smoking area, even though there's no actual barrier or divide, which was a bit of a waste of time. But they have similar things like that, and I did notice they had in some places sort of segregated areas with good sort of extraction, so that was quite pleasing to see, and so that was most enjoyable. I shall be tagging on a few pictures here and there. As I say, actually I did film a short piece in one of the shops, but which was okay. It was only a small shop, a few bits and bobs, mainly cigars, but in fact where I bought my stuff from, although I asked very nicely and tried to convince them, they actually were not keen for me to film or take pictures. So I'm afraid, other than a few shots of the outside of the shop, there's no actual footage of that shop. But I took a little bit in another shop, which was okay. But on the whole, I think you know, I did say that I made films and I had a YouTube channel, and this was on the whole greeted with a bit of, in some cases, a bit of interest, but in other cases they just weren't really all that interested. So in any case, so that's my most enjoyable little trip to Prague, and I shall report back when I've tried the nightcap and the early morning pipe and the pilot blend, and we'll see how we get on with those. So also whilst I'm on, I caught up just about with videos that I hadn't seen, and well, there are so many that I enjoy. I've done the best I can to catch up, but in particular, just a quick sort of mention to some that I've really enjoyed, some UK presenters. There's Pip's Pipery Practices, which is a bit of a tongue twister. This is a lovely chap. He's got the most tremendous beard and moustache, and he has various sort of tattoos and body modifications, and his nice collection of pipes. And he's very, very informative, and he's done a couple of nice reviews. Just generally a very interesting chap to watch. So that's Pip's Pipery Practices. And I've also been watching a chap who's in Cornwall. He's Konicus Rex, and I'm finding, although I haven't really commented much on his videos, I haven't had a great deal of time, I find his videos to be extraordinarily relaxing. He just has a very chilled out, sort of relaxed approach, which I enjoy seeing. And again, a nice collection of pipes, good taste, so very enjoyable to watch. Good to see Tim Gearing back on again. He's had a bit of a break from things on YouTube, but he came back again. I always like to watch Tim. Great knowledge, extraordinarily entertaining to watch. So, in a small occasion, I can imagine, I would hope, if you haven't subscribed to him or had a look, go and have a look at Tim Gearing's channel. And another fairly recent member of the community is Smoke Rings and Guitar Strings. Again, a very talented chap who plays the guitar, and he is also an artist by the looks of it. Has a nice little collection of pipes. He's just done a contest, as has Konicus Rex actually. Didn't get a lot of time to enter, sadly, but I did follow these. So that's some. I'm missing out somebody. This is Chris, Legacy.uk. Loads of people obviously will know Chris from his videos. He put up another couple of videos recently. Another lovely restoration of one of his Dunhills. Beautiful results as usual. And also I liked his little video requesting some more videos from Astroman 2112 James, who I believe is over in Thailand. And he sort of voiced an opinion that I felt, was quite true, in that he's not been on for a long time and made such wonderful videos. We're keen to encourage him back on. So yes, James, if you're watching, it'd be lovely to see you back. You're probably fed up with people saying it now, but it'd be marvellous to see you back on here. So yeah, that's all the UK presenters I've been watching and enjoying. Some new, some been around for a while that I enjoy. I've been enjoying, there's countless others, just a few that I've been looking at. I've enjoyed particularly Public Piper. He's just visited the Cornell and Deal factory, which was marvellous to watch. Very informative and interesting. And I always admire his filming locations. Something that I'm shy to do. It's something I would like to do at some point, but filming in sort of public areas, I find it a bit tricky, but he does that with ease and has marvellous results. So that's Public Piper. And I suppose the other sort of big hitters, still love them, still love to watch their films. Obviously Matches, 860, Alex Birdman, the Dagners, One Man Smoke. Nice to see One Man Smoke back on. As I say, there's numerous others, and these are obviously very popular with a lot of the community, but as I say, there are many others, and I enjoy watching lots of films by all these people. I try and keep up as much as I can, but there's a lot of us out there now. It's a big community, yeah, I've been enjoying that quite a bit. So anyway, I've probably rambled on quite enough for one video. As I say, there will be a few pictures and things to follow of my trip to Prague, and I shall report back and tell you how things are going with the other stuff I've got. generally speaking, whilst I was out there and recently at home, I've been smoking a bit of Condor, long cut, and a bit of Virginia full flake San Gareth, which I've been enjoying very much, and a bit of Artisan's blend, Ashton's Artisan's blend, which is okay. I'm not quite had enough of it to make a judgment on it, but I'm gradually getting used to it. It has definite hints, for me anyway, of Squadron Leader. It's a similar sort of English, I think, but there's definitely more complex flavours in there that I'm just not quite getting it, so I should carry on with that. Oh, incidentally, that Pilot blend, I did wonder whether that was going to be, that possibly could be a Squadron Leader copy, possibly. So we shall see, and I shall get back to you when I find out. And so I think that's about it for now. So as usual, keep the pipes puffing and keep the cameras rolling. So cheerio for now.
Dobra, już takie no dosyć nisko.